Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I am filming in a different location to usual, just because I thought why not. I was already in here because I've just been doing some revision, so I thought I might as well film in here. And also I am in my office and this video is to do with like school and education and stuff, so I thought it's kind of fitting for the video anyway. Basically I'm going to do a video about how I revise for business. I did an AS in business. I have finished with it because basically in our school you usually pick 4 subjects at the start of year 12, and then you can either drop one and not do it as an AS, or you can choose to do it as an AS at the end of the year. But because exams were cancelled this year, I didn't do the exam. In my mock and my tests and stuff like that, I got mostly A's. Like in my mock in January, I got an A. And I know there was like this whole thing with downgrading and stuff, but originally I got an A, but then my teachers predicted grade as an A as well, so basically I got an A overall, which is good because it's the highest you can get for AS basically. In my GCSE I got an A as well, but I could have got an A star, but I got an A because that was on the old grading. But I just thought I'd do a video about how I revise for like my mocks and any tips for people who's doing business at AS level or A level basically. So this was my business folder, and if you're interested, this is from WH Smiths. You can't really see it, but it's just really cute. It's like watercolour, pink and like pastel colours, and it's so cute. But I just thought I'd show you a bit like how I revised and like all my notes. To be fair, I did throw most of my notes away, which is a bit annoying. I did order a revision guide, and I will show you which one I used. Well, I'll insert a picture because basically when I moved a couple of months ago I didn't bring it with me because I wasn't doing business anymore, so it didn't really make sense to, but I will insert the revision guide now. It's just like a CGP one, and it's quite like simplified, but I just wanted it because of like for last minute revision before tests and stuff, and it puts the information like in really simple terms if you didn't like understand it. Like if you wanted a detailed book like in replacement of your notes, and say if your notes wasn't very good, I wouldn't advise getting the one I used just because it doesn't have enough detail for what you need to know for like all the exam questions. But for me it was quite good because my notes were like for my schoolwork were quite like detailed, so I just wanted to like simplify it and get the key points from the book mainly, so that it depends on how detailed you want it and what your notes are like to which book you get, but I'll just insert the one I got. I did the Edexcel exam board, so just for reference in case people's doing different on the same exam boards. It's weird because I didn't even get to finish all the content because obviously schools broke up in March, and so we did about 80% maybe. But yeah, basically how I revised for business, it was just I basically just wrote notes from the PowerPoint. So for example, the first work I did with one of the teachers, because I had 2 different teachers, so we did like theme 1 with one teacher and theme 2 with the other teacher. So for example, the first thing we did was mark it. So here I would just print off the PowerPoint, and I printed off on a slide because to waste less paper basically, and also so I don't have to do as much printing. And then these are the notes that I made in class, like this, my class notes. And then we had worksheets to do and stuff like that. It's a bit annoying because I did throw pretty much all my notes away because I just had so many and I didn't really need them anymore. So yeah, but I can't really show you my actual notes. Also for business, like there's a lot of application questions, like 10-mark questions and stuff, and at the start I was quite bad at them, to be honest. I was getting like 6s, so I'd advise to do lots of exam questions, but that's kind of the same for all subjects, like do practice, do exam papers and stuff like that. To be fair, for business I didn't do that many exam papers. I did print off about 8 in like, it was like a week before school finished and I didn't know it was going to close, but I printed them off for my exams, but obviously I didn't do them because we didn't have the exams. So I didn't do that many, but I did do a lot of questions like which was set for homework. So for example, I've got this one here, and what is it about? I don't even know. For example, this one is about marketing positioning, and my teacher marked it and he gave me a 9 out of 10, which is alright I guess. And I used basically the structure that I used if you're doing A level or AS business at Excel. The structure that my teacher told me us to use for a 10-mark question was, the first thing they said to do was define the concept, say if that was like a USP or something like that. And then you had to apply it to the firm in the case study, because for the 10-mark questions you have to read like half a page, and you've got to apply it to that, and otherwise you're not going to get all the marks. And then you got to say why it's important, basically explain it and why it's relevant to the firm, like why it applies to the firm. And then could other things be more important and include other factors and stuff. And then you got to write a conclusion, otherwise I think the maximum you can get is 5. So conclusions are very, very important. Also, I'm busy filming this video and I realised that it's going to be really short because I've not really got that much to talk about, which is kind of annoying. But this video is going up tomorrow, so there's not much I can do about it, but it's probably going to be about 5 minutes. So I love that for me, and now I'm just rumbling, so it's a semi-decent length. I will flick through my folder and I'll show you like what it looks like once I've finished filming this clip. But yeah, I just advise you mainly to do get a textbook that you think will be good. Also, take advantage of your free lessons, because that's what you've been given them for. You've been given them to do like your work, your homework, revision and all that. So make sure you do use your frees and obviously do your work for not just business but your other subjects as well, because that will help you in the long term, and it means that you won't have to do as much work at school, which is good. I mean, not school, at home you won't have to do as much work. There is also some useful business channels, like Shooter2You, I think, is a YouTube channel, and they also have that website as well, and they have really good business notes, so I would recommend using Shooter2You. To be fair, I think they do other subjects too, like I've seen they do loads of subjects, but when I search stuff up, they come up quite a lot. So I'd advise using that website. Also, if you're unsure about something, just ask your teacher or look it up or something like that. That's kind of the same for every subject, like it's not just business specific. But yeah, I feel like I've just not really said anything helpful in this video, but that's great. I basically wanted to do a video about how to revise for business, but basically I've tried to summarise my notes, and then once I've maybe done 10 pages, say, or I don't know how many, for a topic, I would try making my map for that topic and basically summarise it onto one page and like condense it and just make really brief notes. And also you can use blurting, which is basically, I use this quite a bit, but it's where you don't look at your notes and you just write down everything you can remember from a certain subtopic or certain lesson or topic or whatever. And the bits that once you've finished writing everything you can remember, you either do it in set conditions or you just do until you can't remember anymore. You basically look over your notes in that section, and then you compare it to the notes that you've written and you add in the bits that you missed, and that should help you like remember like the bits that you missed basically, and you can write them in different colours and stuff just to make it easier for you. So I'd recommend using blurting. And that's pretty much all I'm going to say for this video, because that's all the techniques I use to revise business. It is quite, a lot of it's application based, so all I can say for that is like do exam questions and stuff. I got set so many by my teachers, like I was getting set like one a week, a 10-mark question, which doesn't seem that much, but it was a bit annoying. But it was definitely worth it because I came out with a good grade. So one of the first pieces of homework that I got set in business was to like get file dividers and stick these things on, which wasn't really homework, but you know what I mean. I just printed out the specification and put what I would need to know on each section, like file divider, and then you know exactly what you need to know and you can just go through it and make sure that you understand it all. So that will definitely help you when you're revising. So I'd advise to print off the spec. These are just the PowerPoints that I was saying, and then like different notes. I'm not going to show you all of it because there's a lot of it basically, but this is the kind of general layout of my folder, and then this is the next section. So that's pretty much how it goes. Like, it's not too interesting, but yeah, I hope this video helped. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.